Behind me is the DRIU damage repair instructional unit. Basically a big metal box which we flood. It's a mock-up ship, so the internal layout resembles pretty much what you'd see on the majority of Royal Navy ships that are in the fleet today, primarily used for practical damage control training.
This is serious kit. I'm really, we're going to have to go in, we're going to have to repair some holes in the side, and I'm a little bit terrified.
It's just normal temperature water. We're going to freeze when we get in there.
We've got 4 sections of the ship split over 3 decks. We've got complete control over water levels, smoke and lighting levels. We can control pipe damage, deck and bulkhead splits. We can roll the unit up to 15 degrees either side of upright at a variety of different speeds to simulate different sea states. So today the beginners are going to be getting just 5 degrees of roll, which will seem like a lot to them. Instructional staff will be getting the full 15 degrees to make it harder.
The very first thing, the 120 psi breach, and it's pointed at us, and the very first thing we have to do is go through
You could
that.
feel the pressure from 2 meters away just from the air it was chucking at you, never mind the water.
I didn't quite realise how much you'd feel it when I went to grab the wedge bag.
First hit, Zulu 1, will consist of a small deck split and a large multi-split in the ship's side. So first stage leak stopping on both of those will be softwood wedges.
Getting pushed under, who got the reach underneath as well?
I got that.
That was you! Because I tried that and I just could not find the breach.
No, it was really tricky, and the first time I went down, couldn't find it either. I knew it was between your 2 shoes.
Yeah.
Could not for the life of me get the wedge in, and all the time I was trying my best to be buoyant as possible, which was not useful.
Anyone in the Royal Navy that is going to sea to serve on a ship will have to complete training here on the DRIU. Intent being to be able to confidently enter a flooded compartment, carry out first aid leak stopping, be familiar with the equipment they're going to be using, effect permanent repairs and remove water from the compartment.
The multi-split.
You were up there for a long time, Matt. You got a lot in there.
Lots of hammering, but as the water's filling up, you can't find where the holes are because the water goes above where they are, and it's lots of...
You were up there for as well.
I was pushing.
Yeah, you had to take all the weight of Matt pushing against you.
Did you see the bit where my foot started flailing off to the side? I couldn't bring it back into the boat.
Head of pressure is similar to what you would see a couple of decks below the waterline. So the water pressures we believe to be realistic. Some of the pipe damage, we do pump the water in to simulate a high pressure seawater breach or fluid system pipe damage.
Props to Tom for actually splitting a wedge as well in the heat of the moment.
I really forgot about that.
It won't fit. That was intense.
Oh yeah, we can do that.
Second hit, you're going to see a 3-inch rocket hole. It's going to be in a particularly awkward position behind a locker. So we're looking to see somebody inside the locker, possibly with teammates backing them up while they look to get wedges into that hole. We've got a safety number on the gantry watching the exercise and controlling the exercise. They've got complete control of the water level within the compartment, so they can make it higher if you're doing well to make it harder for you, or if they're feeling kind, they can drop the water level. They can also remove all the water very quickly in the event of an emergency. They've got direct communications to the unit driver who's in the driver's cab. The driver can turn on and off instance. They have control of all lighting and smoke levels, how much the unit is rolling. Now, it's clean water similar to a swimming pool, so we chlorinate it. It's stored in a sump directly below the unit, and then we pump it up to the header tank prior to an exercise starting.
The cupboard. We all tried it.
Yeah.
I've still got water in my ear because just full force.
I managed to get my head in and sort of round so that the water's all here, missing my face.
Yeah.
You can't
but then
see
you can't.
anything.
The wedges kept diverting left and right.
I was inhaling water most of the time, so even though I had the wedges in the right place, I got exploded back out of the cupboard because I forgot to breathe.
But then you got it.
Yeah, eventually.
What did you do to that to make it work?
Wedges on the left-hand side of the incident, and then push them towards the stream.
And it was that kind of arrowhead formation. So you put 2 in,
Yeah,
then 1 in the middle, hammer it in, and it all widens out.
that's it. And because it was the wedges were given to me in that formation, and then a hammer foreload.
Well done, Mal.
It worked.
We're looking for a second stage build on the deck split, which will just be a vertical shore, utilising a rubber, steel and timber sandwich pack on the deck. The importance of damage control training: ultimately, flooded compartments will remove buoyancy and stability from the ship. Too many flooded compartments, the ship could be lost. Of equal importance, there's going to be equipment in each compartment which directly affects the fighting effectiveness of the ship. In wartime, we need to recover real estate to allow us to be able to fight the external battle, and peacetime, we're looking to maintain enough buoyancy and stability to keep the ship afloat.
Control conditions in a simulator, it took 4 of us 5 attempts to close a breach at the back of a locker. But the professionals are in there now. They're going to do that and beyond in 5 minutes. It took us 20, and that was on like the easiest levels. I've seen Royal Navy trainees in there when I did the recce for this, and the trainees, it's the working together. It's knowing that there is going to be some, because we were chaos. There was teamwork in there.
We left an entire hammer behind at one point.
Did we?
So we did manage to do it.
They trusted us with hammers, and we prevailed.